Fight over a woman ends with three-shot, 2-year-old grazed, JPD says. Donald Sherrod facing charges. This was originally published on July 13th, 2022, written by Michaila Franklin for WAPT. Let's go to Jackson, Mississippi. A shooting over a woman ended with 4 people wounded, including a toddler, Jackson police said. The shooting took place at about 10 p.m. Monday on Fairway Street off Suncrest Drive. Shots were fired into a vehicle, wounding 2 adults and a 17-year-old, and a 2-year-old was grazed. A 2-year-old child is lucky to be alive after the bullet only grazed them, but still, permanent injuries. All 4 were taken to a hospital where Hearn said they were stable. Police believe the 17-year-old and the suspect, identified as 18-year-old Donald Sherrod, were involved in the dispute prior to the shooting. Sherrod was taken into custody Tuesday and charged with attempted murder and shooting into an occupied vehicle. Let's go to this other article. This, I believe, is Donald Sherrod. So, family shooting suspect turns himself into JPD. This is written by WLBT, originally published on July 12, 2022. So, the family of a shooting suspect says he turned himself in on Tuesday evening for shooting into a vehicle, injuring 4 people, including a toddler. Donald Sherrod, 18, will be charged with 4 counts of attempted murder and 1 count of shooting into an occupied dwelling. The incident happened Monday evening on Fairway Street. JPD said 2 adults and 1 17-year-old were shot, and a 2-year-old victim was grazed inside the vehicle. The incident stemmed from a dispute over a female acquaintance between the 17-year-old and the shooter, police say. So, good thing Donald turned himself in. He should be charged fully for his crimes and should pay the consequences for risking the lives of other people unnecessarily over something very stupid. I do not condone any sort of violence or criminality from any people, but what makes this worse is that American society is so sick that we still see nothing wrong with this. Stories like these end up on the back parts of newspapers. They don't make headline news. People don't talk about them enough because the shootings have become just commonplace. We can hear about a mass shooting and say, oh, well, that's sad, or what a shame, and not really stop and reflect and think about the society that allows this to permeate. These sorts of shootings don't happen as frequently as they do in any other major civilized post-industrial society. America is the only country to lead the world in the number of gun deaths, that is in the first world, and also in the number of mass shootings. It's unacceptable. It's because we have a society and culture that values the gun more than they do American lives. I thought all lives matter. And the funny thing is, this story took place in Mississippi, and Mississippi has a very high violent crime rate. But also, Mississippi is was the state that helped overturn Roe v. Wade. Now, I'm not trying to go into another direction, but I thought the pro-life people were all about helping save people's lives. But with the number of young people that died from gun violence, or the number of people that crash out and throw their lives away who are young due to gun violence, isn't that a part of being pro-life? Isn't being pro-life advocating for people in all parts of their lives, making sure that people have health care, safety, and a good place to live? America is not a good place to live as long as this violence continues. It's unsustainable. It's inhumane. Abolish the Second Amendment. The guns are the problem. Yes, people kill people, but you wouldn't drop shanks and knives in a prison and then be upset or then be surprised when people start killing each other. It's irresponsible for us to continue this way. Abolish the Second Amendment. Thank God nobody died in this situation, but you never know, because these people could suffer permanent lifelong injuries, or these people could be paralyzed, or they could succumb to their injuries later. So these mass shootings are a frequency in America with no end in sight unless we change our minds, wake up from the matrix, and get rid of the gun culture that proliferates. My name is Simon Hill. Thank you for watching.